Damunatiravanachari Damunatiravanachari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Jaya Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Narancheva Narottamam Devin Sarasvatim Vyasa Tato Jaya Mudiraye Astabraisvabhadresu Nityam Bhagavado Sevaya Bhagavatam Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna, how's everybody? Today cool down a little bit. There is a cyclone coming. You can see there's no sun today. So be careful if you live somewhere on the top of the building. Or your clothes and your something will fly off. They say 120 kilometer wind, but we don't know if it's really coming to Mayapur. But at least it's cooled down, so it's nice. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 6th chapter, text number 9, 369. According to Tesla, these are magic number, 369. And also in this sloka we're reading today, also deal with numbers. But let's read the text. Sādhyātmaḥ, sādhidaivaś, sādhibhūta iti tridhā, virāṭ prāṇo daśa-vidha, ekadhā hṛdayena sādhyātmaḥ sādhidaivaś, sādhibhūta ita tridhā, virāṭ prāṇo daśa-vidha, ekadhā hṛdayena sādhyātmaḥ sādhidaivaś, sādhibhūta iti tridhā, virāṭ prāṇo daśa-vidha, ekadhā hṛdayena Matajis. Sādhyātmaḥ sādhidaivaś, sādhibhūta iti tridhā, virāṭ prāṇo daśa-vidha, ekadhā hṛdayena sādhyātmaḥ sādhibhāvaś, sādhibhūta iti tridhā, virāṭ prāṇo daśa-vidha, ekadhā hṛdayena. Very nice to hear the children reading so nicely. Hare Krishna. So, sādhyātmaḥ, the body and mind with all the senses. Sa-ādhyātmaḥ, and the controlling demigod of the senses. Cha, and sādhibhūta, the present objectives iti, das, tridhā, three, virāṭ, gigantic, prāṇaḥ, moving force, daśa-vidhaḥ, 10 kind, ekadhā, one only, hṛdayena, living energy, cha, also. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The gigantic universe of form is presented by 3, 10, and 1, in the sense that is the body and the mind and the senses, is the dynamic force for all movement, but 10 kind of life energy, and he is the one heart where life energy is generated. Please repeat after me. The gigantic universe of form is presented by 3, 10, and 1, in the sense that is the body and the mind and the senses, is the dynamic force for all movements by 10 kind of life energy, and is the one heart where life energy is generated. Purport. Please bear with me, this is a long purport. In the Bhagavad-gītā 7.4.5, it is stated that the 8 elements, earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and false ego, are all product of the Lord's inferior energy, whereas the living entity who are seen to utilize the inferior energy originally belong to the superior energy, the internal potency of the Lord. The 8 inferior energies work grossly and subtly, whereas the superior energy work as the central generating force. This is experienced in human body. The gross element, namely earth, etc., form the external gross body and are like a coat, whereas the subtle mind, false ego, act like the inner clothing of the body. The movements of the body are first generated from the heart, and all the living entity of the body are made possible by the senses, powered by the 10 kind of air within the body. The 10 kind of air are described as follow. The main air passing through the nose in breathing is called prāṇa. The air which passes through the rectum as evacuated bodily air is called apana. The air which adjusts the foodstuff within the stomach and which sometimes sounds as belching is called samana. The air which passes through the throat and the stoppage of which constitutes suffocation is called udana air. And the total air which circulates throughout the entire body is called vijana. It's called vyana air. Subtler than these 5 air, there are also other also. That which facilitates the opening of the eyes, mouth, etc. is called naga air. The air which increases appetite is called krikara air. The air which helps contraction is called kurma air. The air which helps relaxation by opening the mouth while in yoni is called devadatta air. And the air which helps sustenance is called dhananjaya air. All these air are generated from the center of the heart, which is one only. The central energy, superior energy of the Lord, who is seated within the heart with the soul of the body, who act under the guidance of the Lord. This is explained in Bhagavad-gītā 15:50 as follows. I think we can chant all this sloga together. sarvassa chaham hṛdayena matta smriti jnanamapohanam cha vedascha sarvairama eva vedyo vedanta vikrite vedadeva chaham. The complete central force is generated from the heart by the Lord, who is seated there and who helps the conditioned soul in remembering and forgetting. The conditioned state is due to the soul's forgetfulness of his relationship or subordination to the Lord. One who wants to continue to forget the Lord is helped by the Lord to forget him birth after birth. But one who remembers him by dint of association with the devotee of the Lord is helped to remember him more and more. Thus the conditioned soul can ultimately go back home, back to Godhead. The process of transcendental help by the Lord is described in Bhagavad-gītā 10:10 as follows. I think we can chant this one also together because it's a very famous slogan. Tesam satadayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. The Buddhi Yoga process of self-realization with intelligence transcendental in the mind, devotional service, can alone elevate one from the conditioned state of material entanglement in a cosmic construction. The conditioned state of the living entity is like that of a person who is within the depth of a huge mechanical arrangement. The mental speculator can reach to the point of Buddhi Yoga after many, many lifetimes of speculation. But the intelligent person who begins from the platform of intelligence above the mind makes rapid progress in self-realization because of the Buddhi Yoga process entails no fear of deterioration or retrogression at any time, and it is guaranteed part of self-realization as confirmed in Bhagavad-gītā 2:40. The mental speculators cannot understand that two birds in a sweater of Swana Upanishad sitting on one tree are the soul and the super soul. The individual soul eats the fruit of the tree, while the other bird does not eat the fruit, but only observe the activity of the eating bird. Without attachment, the witness bird helps the fruit-eating bird perform fruitive activity. One cannot understand the difference between the soul and the supersoul, or God and the living entity, is certainly still in the entanglement of the cosmic machinery, and thus must still await the time when he will be free from bondage. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Nitam Nidam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasattade Satarine Vancha Kalpa Karubhescha Kripasindu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So before speaking on the subject of Srimad Bhagavatam, I request all the senior Vaishnava and Vaishnavi to bless me that I may speak some sensible word which may appeal to your heart with devotion. We have many senior devotees here. Hare Krishna. So, it's a very nice slogan. It's a very beautiful description how the living entity is entangled in this big machinery. I'm a mechanic and I understand about engine and machines. So sometimes the engine doesn't work properly, and simply by hearing the sound, you can tell, okay, this piston is broken, you know, or the carburetor is not working, or the spare plug, or by mistake people put petrol instead of diesel, diesel input of petrol, and the engine doesn't work properly. So, to understand this material creation, it's not so easy. Our body is a machine. Jantra rudrani mayaya. Srila Prabhupada explained. This material body just a machine, a vehicle. Just like we have bicycle, motorcycle, car, airplane, whatever, ship. So this is a vessel which can take us across this suffering of this material creation. But now, why we come here, that's another story. We don't know. Lord Chaitanya says, somehow or another, we have fallen to this conditional state, and we are here enjoying and suffering the result of our previous activity. So now the intelligent person thinks, how can I become free from this condition, from this sukh and dukh, suffering and enjoyment of this material creation? Because after many millions of lifetime, Srila Prabhupada explained 8,400,000 different species of life. But I personally think I have been much more than that. 8 million is nothing. I've been trillions, zillions of lifetime in this material world, rotting and trying so many ways to enjoy. The other day we were doing the Abhishek of the Lord, and a great realization. I was thinking, my Lord, I was an animal, I was a bird, I was a worm. I was in these 8,400,000 species, and out of 400,000 humans, I maybe have used my hand, but I was not conscious of you. Now I'm able to use my body to please you with the attitude, how can I please you? How can I serve you? How can I reciprocate with you? So I'm so fortunate. I'm using this very hand, this very body, this very mind to serve you and to serve the Vaishnava. So what a great boon, what a great mercy to be able to utilize my body for the service of the Vaishnavas, for the service of Krishna. The Lord is called Bhava Grahi Janardana. We have a Salagram Shila in front of Radha Madhava on the small, down, almost invisible. And Jananivas Prabhu told us that many people come and take darshan, thousands, millions of people. And each one of these living entities has a desire. They say, please, my Lord, give me money. Please, my Lord, give me wife. Please, my Lord, give me children. Please, my Lord, give me a husband. I don't know. Please, my Lord, give me a helicopter. Whatever, I don't know. Whatever the desire of the living entity, the Lord takes here this desire in trying to fulfill the desire of all living entities. Because the Lord is like a father. He loves us so much. He says, okay, you want a car, but you are too small. You cannot drive a car. I'll give you a small car, remote control, so you can think I'm driving, yeah? So like that, the Lord will say, okay, but when you're tired of playing with all the toys, and you come back to me and say, my Lord, how can I serve you? How can I come back to you? How can I embrace you? How can I play in your pastime? Then at that time, you know, you reconnect with Him. So this material world in the Bhagavad-gītā is described. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartina arjuna mamupayatya tukuntaya purna jamma navidyate. From the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, down to the lowest, all planets are places of misery where repeated birth and death take place. So there is no real enjoyment in this place. But still, we have some vasanas. Vasanas means impression from previous life. So, if I don't get my motorcycle, I will not be happy. I was thinking like that. Yeah? So the Lord said, okay, you want motorcycle, I'll give you, no problem. I have so many motorcycles now. And one thing happened many years ago. I was serving in a long building, so every day I come with a motorcycle, I park it in the back near the chokidar. And there was the ambulance parked there. So I thought, Today I will not lock the steering on my bike because maybe they want to move the bike because the ambulance is there to take it out or something. I don't want to create problem for the ambulance. So when I finished my service, I came at 2:30. My motorbike was not there. And I said, how is it possible, you know? The chowkidar is sitting there. There's so many bikes there. I thought, maybe some friend of my son, they're playing with me, they took the bike and put it in some other place, you know, just for fun. So I'm searching everywhere. I'm going to tell the chowkidar, did you see my motorbike? I said, no, I don't know. So I search everywhere, nothing. I search outside everywhere, nothing. The bike is gone. Somebody stole my bike. So after a few days, I go to the police. I said, this is my document. This is the photograph of my bike. It was not new, it was old bike. Somebody stole my bike. He said, okay, write this. Borobabu say, okay, write a complaint, put it there. If we find it, we'll call you. So then I was in my heart praying to Radha Madhava. I was telling Radha Madhava, Krishna, you know my Maya is motorcycle. You know that I love motorcycle because I was racing motorcycle and I was a mechanic in motorcycle in Rome. And so I say, okay, if you think it's Maya and you took it, I should not have it because this influenced me in a bad way. It's fine, I will accept that. But if you think I can serve you by serving the devotee, going to the temple, going to home and come back, then please give me back my motorbike. So after 1 week, one devotee called me. He said, Ganga, your motorbike was stolen, right? I said, yeah, I can't find it. Okay, it is in Swarupganj, in the mechanic shop. Come immediately, I am here. I'm sure this is your motorbike. Your number plate is such and such. I said, yeah. So I went to the Barababu, the police. I said, they found my motorbike in Swarupganj. We took the boat with them. We went there, and the police say to the workshop man who is repairing motorbike, he said, who gave you this motorbike? He said, I don't know, somebody came and said, do service, something. Where is the key? And the key was not there. But you can start this bike? He said, yes. He said, look, this bike belonged to Ganga Das. This is his document, let him take it. The guy said, yeah, take it. And by that time, 200 people came. What's going on? The police, this, so the police say, okay, take your bike and go. I will deal with them, no problem. This Bengal is a thickly populated area, so anything happen, you know, they all want to come and see what's going on. So then Krishna gave me back my motorbike, in other words. Yes, but he made me understand, don't be attached, because yeah, you like motorbike, but you should not enjoy driving the bike. Just use them as a vehicle service. So like that, in this purpose, Srila Prabhupada explained how the conditioned soul, they are within this gigantic machine. Because with their material desire, they cannot escape out of this gigantic machine, which is the material world, the three gunas, the senses, the mind, the desire. As long as we have desire to enjoy something in this material world, we're stuck in this gigantic machine. I see it even devotee, I'm sorry to say, not criticizing anybody, but some devotee think, oh, unless I have 1 crore rupees in my bank account, I will not be happy. Unless I have this, I will not be happy. Unless I have that, I will not be happy. But actually, we don't need anything in this material world. We are like fish out of the water. When you take a fish out of the water and you give him a nice whiskey, and you give him a nice Ferrari, and you give him a nice stack of cigarette, and you give him anything, what the fish want? Water, pani, aqua, jol. Water is the only thing he needs. So similarly, what we need is our relationship. Re-establish this relationship with Krishna. That's the only thing which will make us happy. Now, I'm not saying let's go and sit under the tree and wait that the apple will fall in our mouth. No. Krishna explained, everybody has to work, everybody has to do something, because to maintain this body, you have to do something. But we have to do enough to maintain the body and soul together. We should not overdoing it. You should not think that now I will build a big temple, or we'll have a big mansion, or we'll invite the devotee, we'll have big kirtan, but in this process we get lost. Because over-endeavoring is not necessary. Whatever comes easily into our fold, whatever the Lord is sending to us, we should be satisfied with that. Has anybody of you gone hungry any time in devotional service? Except the Ekadhā, I'm saying. No one. I don't think in the last 45 years I have gone any one day hungry. Whether I was in Chennai, or whether I was in Russia, or whether I was in Delhi, or whether I was in Japan, traveling, preaching. Always somebody feed us. Yeah, so we should not be scared that, oh, I will die, I have nothing. Even if we have nothing, we can still chant Hare Krishna and feel happy. So this is the reality. We have to awaken our spiritual connection with the Lord. So now sometimes the devotee asks, okay, I've been chanting for so many years, but still I don't feel happy. There is something missing. I don't know what is going wrong. Of course, nothing is wrong, because if we are chanting and doing devotional service for pleasing Krishna with the proper attitude, then we should become happy. Because Krishna says, Prabhupada says, the symptom of Krishna consciousness is we become happy. It doesn't matter what material condition we are. Haridas Thakur, he had nothing. Yes? He was living in Shantipur, in the Ganga, in a cave. He made one hole into the earth, and he was chanting Hare Krishna. He was feeling blissful. Rupa and Sanatana Goswami and all the Goswami, they change tree every night, just in case they become attached and think, hey, this is my tree, okay, don't come here. I'm chanting Hare Krishna. So they were totally detached. So spontaneously, naturally, by performing devotional service with the proper attitude, knowledge and detachment comes. And happiness comes. So, if we look introspective and we find, I am not happy, I am not satisfied, then we should look very deep inside our heart and think, what is that is missing in me? What did I do wrong? Or what are the obstacles to overcome? So in this book, Madhurya Kadambini, written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and translated by His Holiness Banaswami, step by step, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained all this different level, sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti, all, each one. So if we read this book, which is very simple, it's only 100 and maybe 80 pages. If we read this book, then we can understand what level we are. And what are the faults in each level? What are the something we have to be cautious about? Just like when we ride on the highway, there is guardrail in both sides. Why? If we fall asleep, maybe we bang into the guardrail, but we won't fall over the ditch and die. Similarly, the acharya they have given us, the guardrail, they remove all the stone, all the thorns, all the glass, every possible obstacle. They have removed it for us. Why? Because they have gone through this path and they are showing us that here, while you are here, there is this difficulty, there is this problem, your mind will tell you this. So become free from all these anartha, vasanas, so you can progress very quickly. What is the most dangerous things we can do? Who can answer this? In devotional service, yes, Mataji. Vaishnava Parad, yes, correct. So if we sometimes feel that we are not able to test the chanting of the holy name, is because maybe we have committed some offense against some devotee, knowingly or unknowingly. It's possible. We have the example of in Vrindavan, one of the Goswami was Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami? Sanatana Goswami, one day he was laughing to his heart content. He closed eyes and he was laughing. But in front of him there was one devotee who was walking a crooked way. You know, he had some problem with his spine, or his leg, or his hip, I don't know. And he took offense. He thought, why is such an advanced devotee is laughing about my situation? And then, after a few days, he could not feel the taste of chanting anymore. He could not visualize the pastime of Krishna. So he went to his brother, Rupa Goswami. He revealed his mind. He said, brother, help me. I don't feel any more happiness. Something happened. He said, you will commit some aparadh. But he said, I don't recollect offending anybody. He said, yes, but sometimes can happen unknowingly. So how do I know? How will I find out who is the person that I have offended? He said, I have one idea. We'll make one big feast. Invite all the Vaishnavas of Vrindavan. And the person who doesn't come is the person you offended. Say, okay, sounds good. We'll take prasadam together. It's nice. So they arrange a big feast, and that particular devotee did not come. So knowing that devotee, Sanatana Goswami went and begged forgiveness. He touched his feet. He said, please, if I commit an offense, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. He said, yes, you laugh at me when I walk in front of you, and you didn't even notice me. You closed your eyes, but you were laughing at me. I said, I'm very sorry, I was not laughing at you. I was looking at some pastime in my mind, and I was laughing, but was not meant to offend you. Please forgive me. He touched his feet, take the dust from his lotus feet, and said, please. So the devotee forgave him. So, many times in dealing with devotees, with Vaishnavas, we should not think, oh, this is just like one guy who just came a few days ago, is a new bhakta, you know, what does he know? He doesn't know anything. But we don't know his previous life. Or sometimes children, born in a family of the Vaishnava, distributing so many books, we think, who is this kid? No, get lost, right? But these children maybe has performed so many austerity, he has done so much service, and this is his last life in this planet. He will go back home, back to God. It's much more advanced than me. So we should learn to respect everybody accordingly. And have a nice dealing, transparent dealing, honest dealing. Not be duplicitous, not be cunning, not being self-motivated, desiring respect, adoration, and so on. So, please, I request you to kindly read this book in your own time. It's not a very expensive book. You can find it online also, so that you can advance very quickly in devotional service. The Acharya have made the road for us very clear, very nice. So we can go back home, back to God. This is the last sentence from this purport of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada had great desire that all his followers, whether they're direct disciple, grand disciple, or anybody in this movement for the next 10,000 years, will prepare themselves to return to the spiritual world. And that is the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prithivite Jatoradhanadi Gram. He said, in every town and village you go, please tell about Krishna, preach Krishna consciousness. So we have a mission in life to enlighten all these conditioned souls who are suffering terribly in this material world. Even though they appear to be happy, have a nice car, have a nice family, but they have lost their connection with Krishna. So we must give them some prasadam, some good words. If we can preach to them, or we can give some Prabhupada books, so that if they read one sentence, at least next life, they will not become animals. So that's very important. And that's why Prabhupada created this ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so we can change this planet into Vaikuntha. He said it's possible. And even this Kali Yuga, which is full of faults, full of problems, full of war, full of court cases, full of so many things, we can find that happiness because Krishna will reveal to us His personality. We can experience Krishna by performing devotional service with the proper attitude. Now let me tell you, for Krishna's point of view, whether we are making garland, we are cleaning the floor, we are cooking, we're worshiping the deity, we are preaching, we are driving car, typing, whatever we do, if we do with the proper mood of service towards the Vaishnava, the Acharya, and Krishna, then Krishna becomes happy. Otherwise, mechanically, we can do anything. We can think, okay, let me go and dress the deity quickly, and I'll come out. Oh, I have to do my job. I have to do my service. That attitude won't work. What Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gītā, only by bhakti you can know me. Yes? So only with love, Krishna will accept that service. So this is very important for us to know, because sometimes we can mechanically do service, especially for people who have been here a long time. We do so many service, so we can think, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that. Are we connecting our consciousness to the Supreme Consciousness? Say, thank you, Lord, I am able to engage you myself by the order of the Vaishnava in this service. Whatever service it may be, from cleaning the toilet to worshiping the deity, doesn't really matter. If we have a proper attitude, the Lord will receive the service, and we will experience great happiness in our heart. And that's what we're looking for. And that is called love. In Sanskrit, there is love, these two words. One is kama and one is prema. Kama means I want to satisfy myself. Huh? And the other one is prema. I want to give pleasure to the Lord. Bhaktivinoda Thakur singing one song, when will the day come that I will take birth as a girl in Varshana, and then going to Aravat, I will get married to a boy, and then I will assist Radharani in her service. That's very high thinking, yeah? So the idea is that when will the day come that I will leave this body and remembering the lotus feet of the Lord and my Guru Deva and Prabhupada, by their mercy, I will be able to cross the ocean of nations and go back home, back to God. Liberation is nothing. Liberation is standing outside our house, ready to serve us. We are not interested. Suffering, we are not suffering. Okay, it's hot, it's cold, it's rain, it's this. No problem. We want to perform devotional service for pleasing Krishna. That is the most important thing. We maybe have big position, big name, but if we don't have proper attitude, in management they say attitude is altitude, yes? Even materialistic people, they understand that if you don't have proper attitude toward your worker, they won't work so nice. They will work as long as you're there. The moment you go away, they'll go, forget about it. I don't want to work with this guy who just exploiting me. Everything in bhakti is a relationship of love. And our attitude is the most important thing. So with this, I would like to stop here and give 10 minutes for question answer. Also, I bought some medicine, but this medicine is not what is written here, Shilajit. No, this medicine is we did a survey for Nishingadev, and we give massage to Nishingadev with oils, and I want Prabhu to come and give to everybody, because the mercy should be distributed to everybody. More we give, more we receive. please. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question? Yes, Prabhuji.
Nice class, Ganga Prabhu. You were talking about this small Shila in front of Radha Madhava, and you used the phraseology Bhavagrahi Janardana, and that people would come and their desires would be fulfilled. I had a different understanding of what Bhavagrahi Janardana means. I don't know about this Shila because haven't really done any deity worship in the temple. But what I've got from teaching Nectar Devotion, it means that Krishna is appreciative of the intent of a devotee. You know, like even if the result doesn't come that the devotee's been asked to do, you know, within ISKCON, but if he tries really hard, if he's really sincere, then Krishna is appreciative of that.
Yes, of course. Absolutely, what you say is the absolute truth. But I heard myself from the mouth of Jananivas Prabhu. Yes, of course. We have to understand also that Krishna in our heart, they said that Paramatma moves out and Krishna steps in the moment you become a serious devotee. So Krishna knows what we are doing, with what motivation. Krishna moves in our heart and Paramatma leaves. That means the moment we become sincere devotee, initiated in a sampradaya, then Krishna comes in your heart and he directly, witness and directly guide you in performing devotional service. For everybody else, Paramatma is there. Okay?
That's coming from Jananivas?
Yes. You can ask him. And so, the idea of Bhavagrahi Janardana, yes, for devotee, the Lord accepts the mood of service, but for the non-devotee, they're also his son. Krishna is dear. For Krishna, everybody is dear to him. Of course, he's very dear to the devotees, but nevertheless, he loves all the living entity. It doesn't matter their condition, it doesn't matter they're not devotee. For Krishna, we are all his son and daughter. So, if some son is special and some son is not special, the Father loves both equally. So that's what I understood, that the Lord loves everybody. That's why we should not discriminate that, he's a karmi. I can disrespect him, I can throw him out, I can do this and that. No, we should not. That soul is very dear to Krishna. It doesn't matter, maybe Christian, Muslim, agnostic, non-believer, offender, it doesn't really matter. We should know that Krishna is in the heart with that soul, because Krishna loves the soul, and Krishna wants to bring the soul back home, back to God. So, if that person come in front of Radha Madhava and pray for something material, maybe Krishna give, maybe Krishna not give, because there is the relationship how this person will advance in devotional service. Sometimes Krishna gives so much, and then you think, why this devotee is so rich, this, that, and why this devotee is so poor? But each one of us have a relationship with the Lord, and each one had to go through some experience. Through that experience, we will make advancement. Do you agree with that? Krishna give us what we need, and Krishna remove what we don't need to make advancement. Ambarish Maharaj, he was a great king, right? And Haridas Thakur, he was a great devotee, but he did not have anything. So, why? Somebody has so much, somebody has nothing. But that's up the Lord's prerogative. The main thing is the main thing. Main thing is we are devotees. Whether the Lord will take everything from me, whether the Lord will give me one kingdom. When was Dhruva Maharaj, who wanted the kingdom better than his father, right? When he met the Lord, he had a darshan, he said, my Lord, I was looking for broken pieces of glass and now I found you, the jewel, the diamond. I don't want anything. He said, yes, but you had a desire. And I'm going to satisfy your desire. I'll give you a planet. I don't want. No, you want it. And now you take it. So be careful what we desire. Desire, desire, desire. So, the Lord has His own way to deal with us. But the point is that we should be firmly fixed with faith, shraddha. I will never give up the path of devotional service. Just like Haridas Thakur was taken in front of the magistrate, the Muslim, he said, why you become Hindu? So many people are becoming Muslim. Give up this low-class religion. He said, look, whatever you say, I am only one guy, Muslim, who become Hindu. So many people you are making by force and making them Muslim, and otherwise you kill them. What's the problem? One person. But I will never give up the chanting of the holy name. You can cut my body into small pieces. I don't care. So that should be our determination. Against all odds, against all experience, we will never give up devotional service. We'll never deviate from the teaching of Prabhupada and the Acharya. Does this? Yes.
Thank you, Boo. One other point.
Yeah.
You were talking about over-endeavoring. Now, Prabhupada did encourage shooting the white rhinoceroses. So in other words, he wanted his disciples to do an awful lot. One time I asked Satsvarup Maharaj, this was in the early 80s, I asked him a question at the end of a Bhagavatam class. We're devotees, we go to the temple, we engage in devotional service, and we have a big service. So when does prayasha, over-endeavoring, when are we guilty of doing that? And he said, well, you do as much service as you can, but if you're doing so much service that you can't do your sadhana, then it's over-endeavor. So, yeah, that was a formula that I followed for years, that I know I'm over-endeavoring if it seriously impacts my sadhana practices. But generally speaking, as a dancing white elephant, I try to do a lot of service for, try and get as many shoot as many rhinos as possible. And that, by doing that, then I've experienced very intense reciprocation from Krishna. Absolutely. For doing that, for stepping out of the comfort zone and, really working hard for Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's wonderful what you say, because number one, Srila Prabhupada empowered some of his disciples to perform service. For example, he sent Mukunda Maharaj and his wife and the other devotees, go to London, open a temple. They don't have money, they don't have anything. They went there and they said, okay, what are we supposed to do? We don't have a few books. They bought some bed sheet colored yellow and they start to do Harinam every day. And then the Lord started to reciprocate with them. They met George Harrison. They had a tough time in the beginning. They have no place to go, no money to eat. So, but they had that faith in the heart. If Prabhupada told us to go and open the temple is there. It will manifest. That nishtha, that faith was firmly fixed in the heart. That was not our endeavor. That was performing service under the instruction of the spiritual master, and the temple manifests. One day, they were in New York, and Prabhupada gave $500 to Brahmananda Maharaj at that time, and he told him, I want you to buy this skyscraper. And he looked, what? Prabhupada, you give me $500? He said, yes, go and buy the building. And he thought, is this a joke? How can I buy a skyscraper for $500? But he said, Prabhupada wants this skyscraper, I'll get it. He went there like he has millions of dollars. He went to find the owner, he met him many times, he spoke to him, he negotiated the price, like, okay, no problem. How much cost? This, that. At one point, somebody stepped in and say, okay, I want to help you. And they bought the building. But he had a firm faith that Prabhupada says such things, it will happen. Again, this was not over-endeavor. Firm faith in the words of the spiritual master. Things will manifest. What I'm talking about over-endeavoring when we are trying to think on our level, oh, I need a bigger house, I need a bigger car. You know, even one devotee, brahmachari in Italy, was telling, he was in charge of the Sankirtan, so he told the authority, I think if I can buy a Ferrari, I can go faster and deliver book. They said, no, that's not good. A brahmachari driving Ferrari to distribute books, right? So, no. So over-endeavor means we should not try to do something for ourselves. For Krishna, we can do anything. We can take any challenge, which maybe look astronomically impossible. But if we receive instruction from the spiritual master, maybe to the dream also, or through some other devotee telling us, you go and do this service, you can do it. Like Hanuman, Hanuman did not remember that he had the power to fly and jump. You say, okay, we have to go to Lanka. He's standing there, and then who came and told him? Jambavan. Jambavan came and told him, hey, you have the power, you can fly, you can become big. Oh, really? Let me try it. Boom. He flew. And when the bird is tail, he's not thinking, oh, my tail is painful, let me put it off. He said, tail, I can get another one, no problem. I'm not this body. With this burning tail, let me put Lanka into fire. It burned all Lanka. So devotee think in different way for the pleasure of Krishna. Are you satisfied with this?
Very much so. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Any other questions there? Otherwise, we only have 1 minute, and then 9 o'clock is our time limit. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.